Japan Dyno, the best of Japan to you. Howdy, this is Andy of Japan Dyno, and I have for you an HKS super sequential blow-off valve for the GC8 Impreza. The HKS, of course, a sequential blow-off valve. HKS, a famous tuning and performance company here in Japan, and the sequential blow-off valve you can see here in good working condition. This is the full kit for the GC8 with the bracket there, the mount and gasket and everything else that you need to install, including the short length of hose and the main hose there. So the super sequential blow-off valve made by the HKS company, very, very tidy condition. We'll run through further photos. Close-up of the valve. Okay, the valve is a sequential type blow-off valve. It has a diaphragm in this area here. The diaphragm is the movement of the diaphragm resisted by a spring in the back here. Spring is tensioned by moving this bolt back and forth and locking it in place with the locking nut there. Inside the valve is a piston. So when the diaphragm moves, the diaphragm pulls on a little piston here. Diaphragm, of course, the movement in the diaphragm caused by the boost pressure from below and also the inner manifold vacuum tugging on the back of the diaphragm. When the boost pressure and the inner manifold vacuum are enough to overcome the spring, then you'll get this flutter in the diaphragm. Flutter in the diaphragm pulls on a small piston, which then releases the sound through the trumpet in little bursts, sequential bursts, giving that very distinctive HKS sequential blow-off sound. So the HKS SQV, Super SQV blow-off valve, a very distinctive Japanese item, and we can see here from the other side on the mount for the GC8 Impreza, and in very, very good condition, good working condition. A few marks and scratches and some stains on the valve itself. Go to the other side there. You can see some corrosion and various marks, but in good 100% working condition. And the front, we can see the little valve here. This is the trumpet where the sound emanates from. And this little valve here is pulled back by the diaphragm and allows the boost to squeeze around the edge of the piston here, releasing the very distinctive HKS super sequential blow-off valve sound. And through some further photos, this is the back, showing this is the spring housing here, the spring tensioning bolt and locking nut. Nipple here leads to the inner manifold vacuum and the main body of the valve there. So the super sequential blow-off valve, and we have one shot from when we removed the valve. This is the valve mounted, so you can see how it mounts. A camera phone shot, so not very clear, but you can see the valve before it was removed and in 100% working condition. And the full set for the GC8 Impreza HKS Super Sequential Blow-Off Valve, made in Japan, from Japan. Thank you. In order to serve you better, we have our website at www.japandyno.com, as well as our blog, the Japan Dyno Daily Fix, where we feature items of special interest. Look forward to seeing you there.